Hello and welcome to Balanced Existence. Today is day 9 out of 31 of this series I am doing. I am recording it December 2025, but of course it is timeless for you. So if you're here, I trust that there's something for you. And of course, feel free to check out the previous days if you haven't already, because we've got one video coming out every day for the next month. So this is a very transformative time whenever you are coming across this video. So, as always, I'm going to start with an oracle card and an astrology card, and then we will get into the tarot. So we have for our oracle card, partnership, and it says, learn to grow with others. Overcome obstacles by working together. Touch each other's hearts while life lasts. That's very nice. Okay, I'm definitely picking up on like community vibes as well. If a divine counterpart is not resonating for you at this time on your journey, this could also be friendship or a sense of community. And I'm also hearing rekindling, and it's probably because I just pulled the astrology card and it's fire, the fire element. So, by the way, yeah, this astrology deck has the signs, the planets, and the 4 elements. So yesterday we got air and today we got fire, and these were the first 2 days out of this series that we actually pulled element cards. The previous readings were all signs and planets. So anyway, with the fire card and the partnership, of course, I'm hearing rekindling. And again, this can be rekindling with a partner, but please do not take these messages as external outcomes that are going to soothe your ego. I can only speak to example or potential outcomes or scenarios for the collective. But yeah, so it could be partnership in the romantic sense, the love sense, twin flame, etc. It could also be rekindling a friendship, or it could be just rekindling a sense of community. Maybe you haven't felt a true sense of community in a long time, or even in this lifetime. And so your soul is finally being rekindled with, the beautiful power of community as a source for connection and love, whether it's community or friends, just feeling that sense of belonging and feeling that sense of support. So I'm going to read the fire card here. It says, powerful, focused, and intense, the energy of fire burns brightly and moves quickly. Passion, drive, the desire to create, strong and sometimes scary emotions like anger are fueled by fire. It both destroys and purifies, which seems in opposition to the desire to create, but really is part of the creative process. Bring the quality of fire to a situation by taking action and doing what needs to be done, being courageous by saying or doing the scary but essential thing that needs expression, being focused and determined to see something through to an end, or honoring and following your passion. So I love this energy for this collective because this is about fast transformations clicking into place, especially in your external environment as a result of this change, this embodied change that you've done. In the previous reading, we talked about, your internal world. I mean, we talk about this a lot on this channel. Your internal world, your perspective being what determines your external reality. And in the previous reading, the oracle card was change. And we talked about, the change that you make and it goes inside out. And, with this reading talking about fire and partnership, it's just reiterating this point that when you really shift your inner world, which you can do with simple intentions, simple rituals of practice, whatever resonates for you and brings the most love and joy and light into your heart, it's those things. But those internal shifts, the bigger they are, it's like a fire, right? Like the bigger the flame, the bigger the heat that and warmth that it generates. And that's when you start to see big movement, big external changes. I mean, it's just such exciting energy. It's electric. And so, if you've had this past with a partnership, again, take it as it resonates. It could be romantic, friendship, or just a general sense of community or connection to others. You may have had moments of anger or, arguments or conflicts. I'm hearing like a fight, like there may have been someone that you got into a fight with, like friends or family or, romantic partner, twin flame, whatever. And fire, like this card is saying, it destroys, it purifies, it transforms, right? So you start with this angry fire energy and you transform that into this focused, creative energy. I'm seeing like a blowtorch where it's like you've harbored your energy, like you've gained control of your energy. And now you can direct it towards your passions in a focused and intentional way. And that is so powerful. And there's also this energy of like following your heart, like the passion of following your heart that's coming through. So if there's something that you've like felt in your heart that you're drawn to, whether it's a new step in your daily routines or rituals, like a new practice, or whether it's a big artistic or creative project, whatever nudges you're getting with your heart of things that you've been pulled towards, follow that. If it's bringing you light and warmth and pure joy, that's what you want to be going towards, and that's what's going to attract others that resonate on that level to you. Others in terms of, these partnerships that your soul is seeking, your soul family. So let's pull some tarot cards here. We have the 8 of Cups, Ace of Wands, and 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. 8 of Cups also came up recently in a reading. And yeah, I'm picking up, especially following the joint energy of the partnership and fire card, which, made me think about rekindling certain partnerships. With the 8 of Cups combined with that, it's kind of like this moving on, because when you're moving on from something, of course it can mean like a separation or a breakup or, a ending of a friendship that is not meant to ever be rekindled, right? So, but it's whether that's the case or whether this is a rekindling, the 8 of Cups is about leaving it on the previous timeline, right? Because if you are going to have that person in your life physically that you may be rekindling with, it's going to be on a new timeline, right? Both of you have done the work to jump, leap, transport to that timeline. Otherwise, they wouldn't be there with you, right? So if you are finding yourself rekindling with someone or drawn to rekindling a particular relationship, then you are on that timeline, at least in this given moment. And then if the connection sustains, then that means you're continuing on the same timeline. But if one of you falls off again, then you've separated timelines again, right? So with the 8 of Cups, I mean, I've talked about this before when I described this card, but it's like an archway of the 8 cups stacked that the person's walking through, like a portal as they're walking up this mountain. And I'm just also, I can't help but pick up on the 8 of Cups and the fire, like the duality of this like passionate, warm, exciting energy that's like with intention, taken those steps to the next timeline, right? Versus kind of the somber, watery Eight of Cups grief that we're walking away from, right? It's such a duality of embodiments, of slowly deciding to leave something behind and feeling it on a deep emotional level, grieving it and continuing on up the hill. That kind of like emotional, sensitive determination versus the fire, which is so powerful and fiery and passionate. That strength to destroy and create anew, right? You are embodying both of these dualities in different moments, in different parts of your timeline. So Spirit is just calling you to the beautiful duality of transformation itself. And with the Ace of Wands, we've definitely got a new fiery inspiration or opportunity, which I'm just loving this combination of the Ace of Wands and, of course, our fire being the overarching element of this reading. So, as you're moving on from these old timelines, these old emotional patterns, these old versions of ourselves, we are being presented with this new beginning, this life force ignition. It's like the raw desire, even like the sexual energy that with passion creates new life, creates new art, creates new doorways to welcoming in pure love and joy. It's like a heart-led magnetization towards even more love and joy. It's hot. It's hot energy. It's the life spark, right? I mean, it's powerful. The igniting of this new timeline, the igniting of a new project, a new relationship, a new rekindling, a new perspective, a new choice, a new belief, a new routine, right? There's just take it as it resonates, but there's a spark that is coming through to you right now. It's undeniable. So whatever you're feeling as you're processing this message, this is your spark. I'm hearing you already know what it is, at this point. You know what you're being drawn to do. And with the 10 of Pentacles, this is your legacy, right? This is the wealth that you establish for the generations to come, and not just material wealth, although very well it may be, especially if your Ace of Wands spark is a new project. Maybe even I'm hearing a new creative project that is, introducing you to new relationships. If it's something that you're working on a team or in a collaboration, but even if it's not a financial project or anything like that, the 10 of Pentacles talks about wealth, even in the wealth of healing, the wealth of your empowerment, right? The wealth of your free will and commitment to your beliefs and values. There's just so many ways that you are creating wealth for yourself, which is rippling out to the planet and especially the loved ones that you are going to be surrounding yourself with and magnetizing to. And, again, generationally, this is what you're going to be able to pass on to your children, to the future generations. That wealth, do not underestimate the power, the fiery power of that wealth and the ability for you to ground it, with this earthy pentacle sign, to ground it in a way where it's going to last generations, right? It's so anchored, it can't be undone. That's powerful. If this is a rekindling or just in general a partnership, like a romantic partnership, I mean, this is a commitment that lasts. This is the real deal. It's stability. If you're calling this in, if this is like the part of your journey that you're on, like, this is for you. Like, I hope you are listening and receiving this and really fully receiving this confirmation with your body, because this is a very real shift. I'm hearing like it's never been done like this before on in your life, on your timeline. So if you are calling in love, this is a love that endures. It's built on shared values. You know yourself. You've worked on yourself. You know what questions to ask. You know how to discern and how to show up in a balanced way so that you can sustain this connection. I'm seeing like a fireplace fire. Like, it will keep going. It's steady. It's stable. It's like a long burning fire, right? An ever burning fire. So definitely whatever long-term vision or like future plans that you've created. I'm also hearing like vision board, like maybe some of this collective that's listened has been, I'm also hearing like the core values exercise. Like maybe you've been kind of doing things like that where you write out your core values, or you narrow them down to like the top 3 or top 10, whatever. And maybe you've kind of done a lot of journaling on that. Maybe you've been doing a lot of vision boarding, like whatever is coming to your mind. It doesn't have to just be one thing, but whatever is really igniting that spark in terms of long-term vision, long-term dreams, like especially the first thing that comes into your mind, like rapid fire, whatever that is, it's happening. Like, are you open? Are you seeing it? Are you seeing the opportunities? Because this is a fiery and passionate and sustainable, incoming. So I want to pull a few more cards. We've got the Knight of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, wow. And the King of Swords. Okay, yeah, wow. So much divine masculine energy here. So we have the 10 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles in this reading. This is why I'm like picking up on this so strongly. This is like real wealth and real long-term visions in place. I'm seeing this vision of like train tracks, and you know how they'll like shift. I'm seeing like all of the tracks to put you onto this highest timeline of your wealth, your generational wealth, your divine masculine, right? Like all of the tracks have clicked into place and they're there permanently. Like they're not moving again. So it's like the tracks are in place. All you have to do is ride the train there. Like it's actually effortless at this point. Like you've done the inner work to kind of align the timelines to click the tracks into place, and now you can just cruise on this train ride. And just like, also I'm hearing like, don't forget to like look out the window or like enjoy the breeze in your hair, like metaphorically, like on this journey. Like you don't have to worry about like where the tracks are aligned or like what's at the destination, because of course there is no destination. It's a infinite journey, but you don't have to worry about like how the train is operating, who's driving the train, again, like you don't have to worry about like where the tracks are, what track you're on. This isn't like when you're traveling through Europe and you have to catch a train and then catch a bus and then go get a rental car, and you have to be like really trying to understand how things work. Like you're past that. You're just on the train cruising. These are the metaphors that are coming through to me. I hope that this is like clicking or resonating for you. But yeah, you don't have to worry about like how the train operates or who's set the tracks up. Like you can just enjoy this ride. It really is that effortless. Like you've done this inner work. Yeah, you're there. You're so aligned right now. I mean, this is just such a beautiful, bright energy. And so with the Knight of Cups, I mean, this is okay, it doesn't have to be, but this could be emotional courtship, like on an emotional level, like somebody who is sweet and romantic and maybe has a confession or an invitation or some kind of offer of devotion, right? And again, it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be like any form of how this may manifest. It could be friendships, it could be community. But it's I mean it's a deepening of intimacy for sure. The Knight of Cups, it is traditionally love, affection, romance, right? But again, take it as it resonates, because this could very well apply to the love you have in your friendships and your community. And again, with the King of Pentacles, I mean, this is alignment with the inner divine masculine. It could be an external masculine as well, but this is your inner stability. Like I said, you anchored it down. You've like clicked the train tracks into place. Your inner divine masculine is the provider for your inner divine feminine. Like you have got this union of inner divine feminine and inner divine masculine. You've got it clicked into place. Like you are taking the action to create that safe container so that your feminine can be supported and express herself, and then as a whole, you as a being expands. And like I say, almost every reading, that ripples out to all of humanity, the entire planet. So your inner union is bringing the whole earth to greater light, higher frequencies, more love, more joy, more fiery, creative energy that is heart-led. And with the King of Swords, yeah, I mean, like we're ending this reading with two kings. I mean, this is just such an embodiment of the divine masculine. And so it's interesting because last reading we got the air element, which talked a lot about kind of logic and clarity, like the King of Swords represents. And so it's kind of like that air energy is still with us. I mean, both air and fire, you know, last reading was air, this reading was fire. Both of those are the masculine elements. So we're definitely getting an awakening of the divine masculine. And this could be externally, but it's also internally. It's for you. You are setting those boundaries and creating that structure as needed. You are discerning through intellect. You know, you get to the truth. And your communication methods are honest and from a place of real leadership and decisiveness. It's like emotional transparency that's really grounded down. This is beautiful energy. It's the overcoming of that emotional lack of fulfillment with the Eight of Cups that we started the reading with. It's like turning all that coldness and that disconnection and that isolation into the heat of our fire and the warmth of our connections with others and the light that our hearts emanate and radiate outwards. And the grounding of all of this with the divine masculine, it's such a beautiful state and stage to be in. So Spirit is saying, enjoy this train ride. Recognize that your divine masculine has got your back, has got you secure, and follow those fiery drives. Okay, I'm going to leave the reading here. I hope that this resonated for you. Please let me know in the comments, and of course subscribe so that you can join this community. I'm so happy that you are here. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you tomorrow for day 10. Bye.